afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Tyler Jewel Marshall for his senior speech.
Good afternoon. 13 years ago, I walked into the pre-first classroom, excited but also nervous. I remember putting on the dress code of khaki cargos, my little Gilman polo shirt, and my backpack that was almost as big as I was. I remember drawing with Grayson, but I got bored, so I went outside. That's when I met Kamran, PJ, and Timmy, and we played tetherball. At the time, I had no idea what Gilman would mean to me and how much I would change from year to year. As I prepare to graduate, I've been reflecting on the journey that has shaped me into the person I am today. And as I thought about it, I asked myself a question that I want to ask all of you. Are you a fox or a hedgehog? The question comes from a Greek parable that says, the fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. The fox is curious, adaptable, and pursues many interests. The hedgehog focuses deeply on one passion or purpose. It's a metaphor about how someone thinks, lives, and how they understand and interpret the world. I looked at my time at Gilman, and I wondered which one I am. Gilman gave me the opportunity to be a fox, to learn about, explore, and dive into different experiences. I think about the Iditarod sled dog lesson in 3C, where we not only learned about the race, but we learned about the breed of dogs, the mushers, and the different cities in Alaska. We learned how many dogs were on each team, how they were cared for, and what they ate. After the lesson, I asked for a Siberian Husky for Christmas. I didn't get it. I also think about D&W with Mr. Lehman. I remember passing the workshop and being anxious for the first day when I could make something. But the first time we had class, I was a little intimidated by all the equipment. Mr. Lehman was really good at explaining what every tool and machine was and what it was used for. I eventually learned how to use the machines and tools. I still have the toolbox, the birdhouse, the lamp, and the bench, and will never work with any tool or machine without goggles like Mr. Lehman drilled into our heads. Mr. Anderson taught us about colors, brushes, and different types of paint. What I didn't know at the time was he was also showing us how art encourages creativity and imagination. How art can be a tool to express your thoughts and feelings. How it usually tells a story. I never looked at art the same after that class. Mr. Adams gave me an appreciation for tennis. In 8th grade, he strongly suggested I try it out, and I grew to love it. If track wasn't the same season, I would have probably stuck with it. After I played, I started to watch professional tennis matches and became a fan of Alcaraz. These are just a few examples of how I've been lucky to learn so many different things. Each experience taught me something, provided me new skills, or showed me a different perspective. But Gilman has also taught me the value of being a hedgehog, to focus deeply on one thing. That sometimes you don't need 10 new things to chase. Sometimes you just need one thing to commit to, and that commitment builds discipline and patience. When I was learning to play saxophone in band, Miss Nkeba did not tolerate distractions. We were supposed to learn the notes to eventually learn the songs. We did that by playing over and over and over again. I don't remember what she would say, but it was along the lines of practice makes perfect. We tuned out everything else and just focused on playing. She told us that if we put in time and dedication, we could master anything. I didn't have Mr. Marner as an advisor, but he showed me how to break a task into pieces and focus on one section at a time, making it more manageable. He taught me how to categorize tasks into easy, medium, and hard sections. When you do that, you can tackle them in smaller chunks instead of facing the entire project at once. You can decide to start wherever you want, but you don't go to the next section until you're finished the section you're working on. Dr. Harris has probably helped me the most with focusing on one thing. With her, I really didn't have a choice. She keeps a meticulous calendar and helped me see the value of organization. When you put everything on your calendar or planner, you know exactly what you need to do, where you need to be, and when you need to do it. I learned there are times when focus on just one thing is necessary. Through relationships with teachers who push me to think critically, mentors like Mr. Molina who encourage us to be curious, and friends who challenge me to be my best self, I learned that character and integrity are not just words we hear at assemblies. They're guiding principles. Whether we're staying late to finish a project or showing up for teammates, Gilman taught me that commitment to something bigger than myself is what defines true success. Learning different things help you learn more about yourself. The more things you try, the more you will discover what resonates with you. So which one should we strive to be? A fox or a hedgehog? Honestly, I think Gilman has shown us that we can be both. We can explore broadly while staying grounded in our core values. We can try new things while holding on to what makes us who we are. As I prepare for college and beyond, I carry the lessons of the fox and the hedgehog. To be curious like a fox and do things that scare me, and to be steadfast like a hedgehog. To stay true to my values and commit fully to what matters most. To my fellow seniors, this is our moment to take everything we've learned at Gilman and carry it forward into the world. Let's be thinkers and doers, leaders and dreamers, but above all, let's be men of character, always living the Gilman 5. Thank you, Gilman, for shaping me into who I am today. Thank you.